What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So the Owl Tower is back. And I'm not too upset about that, to be honest. I'm totally sick of the freaking Ninja Tower. I hope that we never ever see another ninja released into Empires and Puzzles. So the Owl Tower is back and I'm a bit revitalized. You know, I want to go through this thing again. I think it is a pretty cool tower with like an upside down tree. I like the theme of it. And you know what? Like, we've got a brand new hero in the portal as well. So of course, we are going to have a look at our new Owl. I don't know what to expect from this one. I certainly do like quite a lot of the owls. I think this one would probably be my favorite. If I had to pick a favorite, I think that this is the absolute destroyer of the worlds, followed very, very closely by this little blue dude, Timaeus. So those are my favorite owls from the portal so far. There are a couple of duds in here, but I mean, Mariol's excellent. Omidus, really, really great hero for Rush, was excellent reviver and healer. This dude can't really remember what he does, to be fair. But yeah, let me just double check. Yeah, I mean, the counterattack is pretty cool as well. Varus actually super duper powerful. And yeah, the Moonrise Strike, there's been a lot of back and forth about whether it's a good idea or not. But to be fair, the majority of these owls really are cool. So I'm interested to see what's going on with Pertinax. He is our latest owl to be released into the portal, and he looks absolutely awesome. Like, he is just totally decked out from head to toe in golden armor, standing on top of a sword with a couple of rubies in it. Yeah, he looks cool. But can he hold a torch to the decent owls? Because like I said, there are a few duds in here. So first thing we're going to look at, obviously he is a holy hero. He is of the paladin class, so that gives him the protect talent. So it just means that if he receives any damage, 25% chance to give himself and potentially the nearby allies 25% defense for 2 turns. That's if you have the Master Protect. It's just an extra bump or boost to his defense. He is part of the Owl family, of course, so they get a family bonus, which is pretty strong. It activates from a single hero up to 3 heroes, and all received mana status elements are replaced by 11%, 31%, or 39% mana generation buff for 3 turns. I mean, with this one, you kind of really want to have 2 or more of the owls if you possibly can, because that bump from 11% up to 31%, that's a whole 20% increase for having an extra owl hero. But even if you only have 1, it is pretty cool, because you cannot give him a mana status element. He's just going to replace it by a mana generation buff. So you cannot reduce his mana speed or anything like that. You can't delay his mana or stop him from gaining mana. He's just going to turn that right back round on you. He also has the second skill, which is a passive, also has to do with mana, but this time it affects the opposition team, and this is strong. This is very strong. So he reduces mana gain from special skills. So the amount of mana increased by special skills is reduced by 80%, and the effect applies to all enemies in the battle. So that is a super strong effect against heroes like Ludwig, heroes like Nordica, heroes like Exnol, heroes that any hero that boosts mana is going to have that cut by 80%, or normally gives increases mana by special skills. They're going to reduce that by 80. And that can be the difference between winning and losing. It can be a massive difference. I mean, if you think of just Nordica, like 33% mana, cut that down by 80%. I mean, then Nordica's probably only given like 8%. I don't even know what the maths is on that, but like, it's not very much mana. It's not even enough to probably be a tile's worth of mana. So that is a very, very strong passive. And again, it applies to all enemies in the battle, and it applies for the whole duration of the battle. So if you ever take these kind of heroes up against the owls and you wonder why nothing's happening, that is exactly why. Let's move over and we'll go on to the ether talent. So we're looking at the counterattack. So at the start of the battle, this hero counterattacks with 60% of the damage received. It's not my favorite ether talent, I'll be totally honest. I think it's pretty crappy in comparison to the other ones, and it can be dispelled. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the ether talent. Sorry, dude. Let's move over to Stats World. And yeah, I mean, this is this is in keeping with the power creep that we're seeing in the game. It is something that needs to be slowed. So I'll just take a second here and I'll just say, this is not something that I'm blind to. It's something that a lot of people are bringing up. It's something that I really want to address in the upcoming Ask Me Anything video that I'm looking to do. This power creep is just gaining momentum, and a lot of people are noticing that it's starting to go faster and faster. And it's like you've got this disparity between the main heroes, main game heroes, the dragon heroes. Like, I don't know exactly what you guys are trying to do, but it's got to come to a point where heroes need to be balanced rather than costumes, or make some kind of change. But anyways, PERTINAX is running a team power of 1159, which is just stupid high. His stats are really high: 1161, 1186, and 2117 on the health. The problem with this, and again, it's that you look at the other heroes in the portal. I mean, maybe not these two because they were released recently. I mean, he's 1079 team power. He's 1046. But if you look at the other owls in the portal, I can pretty much guarantee if we look at somebody maybe older, like let's take Fulvia, 985 team power, we're looking at heroes of the month that have nearly 1063. So yeah, it's just not there. So that to me makes it then not worth summoning in the portal, because you've got odds of 1% that you'll pull a legendary featured. That's split between the three heroes. And granted, Senius is really, really good. I'd say he's probably the lesser of the three, but he's still pretty good. So I wouldn't be sad or mad if I did get Senius. But that being said, I mean, PERTINAX had better be pretty damn good for you to be able to justify pulling in this portal. Right, let's get back into it. So, of course, we want to look at the special next. So it's running at average speed. It's called the Vengeance of Owlhalla. For Owlhalla! So he attacks the target and nearby enemies with a Moonrise Strike, dealing up to 1620 damage. Deals 40% more damage if the target is of the holy element. And this special skill never misses its targets. Okay, so guaranteed to hit up to 1620. The base damage is 810, and the damage scales depending on the attacker's attack and defender's defense. Maximum damage is 1620. Minimum damage is 405. So for that kind of hit, I mean, it's a really big hit. If you can get that increase, and you can get it through growth, you can get it from attack up, you can get it from defense down, you can get it through wither. So there are a few different ways for you to be able to take advantage of that effect. And it does seem to be very strong. So yeah, I'm going to give him props for that. I think that's a pretty decent hit. Plus the extra damage against holy is cool. But then he is of the holy element, so it's not quite as cool as it could be. What I do kind of like is that they're saying exactly how much extra damage he's doing. I think with the ones where it just says deals extra damage against holy, I don't think that that's a good way to do it. I like the fact they've added a percentage in there. Don't know if that's new or not, but I do like it. So then he summons an Owl Kiri minion for the caster and nearby allies. This minion inherits 25% HP, 45% attack from the caster. If the Owl Kiri minion, sorry, that's a mouthful. If the Owl Kiri minion is defeated, full removal is cast on the attacker. Okay, so after the removal, the attacker shifts into Owlhalla Ghost form for 3 turns. There it is. And while in Owlhalla Ghost form, the target receives 360 damage each turn. Right, so everything was going so well until we got to that. Like, why do you have to ruin the bloody heroes? Like, can you releasing this owl tower? This is like a tower that's been away for ages. You could have come with some freaking owl troops or something amazing, but you gave us this, dude. So why am I saying this? First of all, I like the amount of damage he's doing, and it's a hit 3. I do like that. There's no kind of cleanse or dispel or anything like that. He summons the minion. There's nothing special about the minion. 25% HP and 45% attack. When you defeat the minion, that's where the problem comes, because then you shift yourself into ghost form. So if you're taking him, let's say you have this hero and you're taking him on an attacking team, you put these minions up, somebody destroys them, you don't know who's going to kill the minion, but they then shift into ghost form, and that can open you up a ghosting lane. When they're in ghost form, they don't actually have anything happen to them. So they could potentially kill your minion when they're at full health and just shift into ghost form. They could be almost at full mana. And like, let's say you kill somebody like, or let's say somebody like Uwe kills your minion, and then you've got him sat there in ghost form for 3 turns, and he's taking like 360 damage a turn. I mean, it's cool. Does it go up with limit breaks and emblems? I don't think it will. No, it stays the same. So 360 damage a turn. He was at full health. Some of these heroes have like 2,800 health now. He could even have boosted health, right? So you're just chopping down a little bit of his health. He comes out of ghost form and he freaking brutally destroys your entire team. You've got no chance to silence him. You've got nothing else going on unless you plan around it. But this is very difficult to plan around, because how do you plan around somebody killing one of your minions? I don't get it. I just don't get it. And then if he's on defense, right? So let's put him on defense. So he's got so many freaking counters against him on defense. You can take a Lunar New Year hero against this guy. He'll disable the minion in a second. Then the minion's not going to cast this full removal, is it? It's just going to, I mean, there's nothing that says that the minions, it's an unstoppable minion or anything like that. So, I mean, just take a Lunar New Year hero and you're fine. All you have to worry about is that strike. You put up counterattack against this guy, he's going to harakiri himself all day. There's so many other counters, it's just ridiculous. Take a hero that bypasses minions. We've got a few of them in the game at the moment. Like, don't even worry about going into ghost form, because it probably won't be that big of an issue. And it looks like, so he summons the Owlkiri minion for himself and the nearby. Okay, so there are 3 available minions to attack. But like I say, Lunar New Year heroes would probably be my go-to against this guy. Otherwise, it's going to be heroes that bypass minions. I don't think he's going to be a massive problem, to be honest. I just don't see it. On defense, I don't see it. On attack, I think that he's going to probably frustrate you and maybe not lose you more battles than he'll win. But at least with a hero like Lepiota, you can kind of get down to the core of what she's all about, where you can target that hero, give yourself that ghosting lane, and that is what she's there to do. And you know when she's going to do it. With this guy, that lane could open up in any specific point on the board. If you're a tactical player, this guy's going to frustrate the hell out of you. But yeah, he looks cool. I'll give him that much. He looks cool. So yeah, my thoughts on Pertinax are that he is not worth summoning in this portal for, not by a long shot. So stay well away from this portal. Save your tokens for the next portal that comes around, the next tower that comes around. I've heard rumor and from a very reliable source, and I'm going to spill the beans a little bit now. I'm not going to give any graphics or anything like that because I don't want to give it away, because the guy could maybe get in trouble. But there are rumors, there are what's the word I'm looking for? There are messages on the wind, let's just call it that we are going to be seeing a return of the Magic Tower. And that is going to be coming pretty soon, hopefully should be in version 75. So if I was you, I'd skip Pertinax and I would wait for that, because it's coming. We know the troops, hopefully they will put the troops back in. I have no idea why they wouldn't put the troops back in, but we should be seeing Magic Tower returning. And that's all I'm going to say about it for now. Okay, but remember, you heard it first here, and I'll make sure that you guys know well ahead of time. So that is all I'm going to say. I don't like Pertinax. I mean, I just don't see it with him. There are some other cool owls. I do like the passive, so I'll give him that, and I do like the family bonus. But for the most part, it's a no, unfortunately. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Pertinax. I love this hero that's in the portal. I think he is an excellent hero, but again, I don't think it justifies the percentage chance, which is 0.33%. So you'd have to do 300 pulls technically to have a chance, or pretty good chance, of being able to pull this guy. So yeah, that's everything from me. Please do let me know in the comments your guys' thoughts on Pertinax. Obviously, drop us a like if you appreciate the content. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything in the future. We do have memberships on the channel, so I would encourage you to join the membership there. You can go and see some of our members on the channel page. Thank you, massive thank you to all of my members. But yeah, it only costs a couple of pounds or a couple of dollars or whatever your currency is per month. And it really does help me to support the channel and to continue to bring you guys the best content I can. So with that all being said, appreciate you all, love you all, stay the hell away from the Owl Tower, share it with your mother, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.